All right, good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Global News segment of Business Morning. And we'll start by telling you that General Motors and Nvidia have agreed to strategic collaboration that includes the automaker using several products. And as Ladi was just talking about, artificial intelligence, it's at the heart of it. So there'll be artificial intelligence services from the tech giants for next generation vehicles, advanced driver assistance systems in factories. And the companies announced that the new initiatives include building custom artificial intelligence system using Nvidia compute platforms, including Omniverse with Cosmos for optimizing GM's factory planning and robotics. And then from there, we go to the metals market. As we'd expect, the Trump tariff impact is still on. The silver market faces mounting stress as trade war concerns intensify with higher rates to borrow metal, adding to signs of global dislocation, and a surge in lease rates for the precious metal has become the latest sign of alarm, with anxiety building over the impact of foreign tariffs from the United States President Donald Trump that sparked a dash of ship silver into the U.S. in a bid to capture premium prices in New York, possibly causing a squeeze in London. Precious metals, gold as well as silver, have been upended this year as Trump challenges the global trade order, and that spurred demand for havens. And we saw, of course, gold has hit a record high twice in less than a week. That's part of the reaction to the Trump tariff. And Turkey is not having it easy. We've seen a drop in the lira. It sank, and also there was a massive sell-off at equity that triggered a trading halt. I can't remember when last I saw that or heard about it in reality. Well, that has happened in Turkey today, and government bond yields have surged to the highest levels this year as investors dump the nation's assets after the arrest, this is at the bottom of it, of a key rival to the president there, President Recep Tayyip Erdogan. This has raised political risks, and the benchmark Borsa Istanbul 100 index lost almost 7% in one trading session, triggering a trading suspension under the exchanges. You know, there's this rule that has been placed digitally that when they sell off up to a level, you know, trading will be halts. So that's what happened in Turkey. We haven't heard in a while, but very dramatic escalation there from politics to the markets. From Turkey, we go to South Korea's housing transactions. There's a plan there, fresh plans to curb housing transactions in Seoul. That's the capital, as acting president Choi Sang-mo vows to take all available steps to prevent a frenzy in the property market that could potentially complicate efforts by policymakers to shore up the economy. The government has said that it would designate the districts of Gandam, Chil, and Songpar in the capital as areas where apartment buyers must seek permits, and the Ministry of Land, Infrastructure and Transport said that the number of areas may increase if the housing market overheats and regulations on housing rules will be tightened. And from there, we go to India. The bonds market, global funds are set to boost their holdings of Indian bonds in March by the most in 6 months on bets of further interest rate cuts by the central bank, even as they exit local equities. Foreigners bought $1.8 billion of rupee bonds this month, and it's not over yet, although higher than any other month total since September. This, they say, is in contrast of global funds that have sold over $2.8 billion of stocks. So they're moving from the stocks to bonds amid concerns over slowing economic growth and high valuation. So no wonder we've been seeing the Nifty 50 in recent times in the red for almost all the trading sessions for about a month now. And still in India, India is about to join the worldwide wave of steel protectionism, outlining plans for sweeping trade tariffs just a week after the after President Donald Trump slapped duties on all of U.S. import. The global steel market is facing upheaval as multiple nations put up defenses to fight flood of metal, particularly from the billion-ton producer, China. India's Commerce Ministry has proposed temporary safeguard duties of about 12% on a wide range of steel products. Safeguard measures are used in times of increased, unfavorable and unforeseen imports that cause or threaten to cause permanent damage to the domestic industry. So each country protecting itself is the loss of the world. And in Indonesia, for 3 weeks straight, Marina Budiman is the richest woman in Indonesia, richest woman. She has become roughly $350 million richer each day by mid-March. And the President Commissioner of Indonesia's biggest data center operator sat at $7.5 billion fortune after her company's shares repeatedly soared by the daily limit, making her the nation's wealthiest. Imagine becoming the wealthiest in 3 days. Then the stock of DCI Indonesia crashed in just 3 days. And of course, her net worth crashed with it. Lad, it is a prayer that you must do. Right. I mean, she became rich, you know, just by buying the shares, and everything was looking fine. But in just 3 days.
3 days.
All of that crashed.
She lost $3.6 billion.
I tell you.
Wow.
Lady,
I can imagine.
That can do something to the mind.
I can't imagine.
I don't want to imagine
how she feels, because I know when you lose 20K, I know how you act. But that's fine. That's fine.
I'll get you.
Right. Thank you so much, Edie, for giving us the details there, what's playing out in most of those markets. So that's it.